Do you want to know how to install an Excelight ultraviolet disinfection system? Well, I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Hi, I'm Gary the Water Guy. I own the Water eStore and the Water Store Midland. If this is your first time to my YouTube channel, welcome. You can click the subscribe button, bottom right hand corner. That way you'll be notified of all new videos that become available on my channel. You can also check out the hundreds of water treatment videos that are already there. By the way, I encourage you to watch this video right to the end because I'll have a link to my playlist on ultraviolet disinfection systems. Again, lots of information there about how to use these systems and maintain them for your family. And by the way, the installation procedure for a purifier or water depot ultraviolet disinfection system is exactly the same because they're exactly the same as the Excelight systems. We offer free shipping and discount pricing on these systems and the pre-filters. Just click the link up here, take you right to our e-commerce store. All right, so the first thing you want to do is think about where you're going to install this. So ultraviolet disinfection system is installed after your water treatment. So if you've got a water softener, after that. If you've got an iron filter, after that. But before it splits into hot and cold. The best place to it, I always find the best thing to do is put a piece of plywood on the wall and then attach the different components. And you're going to want to lay it out similar to this one. Your water's going to flow through a pre-filter. In this particular case, I've got a 10-inch Big Blue pre-filter. I usually suggest that size for a whole house application, or at least that size. It has to be a 5-micron pre-filter. The water flows through there and then it flows through the ultraviolet disinfection system. So one of the great things about an Excelight system is that the UV can be installed either vertically like this, and that's probably the ideal configuration. But if you're in a crawl space or a very tight area, it can be installed horizontally. And then the ballast controller. So just be careful about the placement of the controller. It always needs to be above the plumbing. And the reason is that in the summertime, especially if it's in a unair-conditioned cottage or a crawl space or something like that, these pipes and the UV housing itself is going to sweat and it's going to drip water. And you don't want that water dripping into the controller because that would definitely be a problem. The other thing you want to make sure of is that you've got a ball valve shutoffs like this one here and this one here before the system and after the system. So before the system, obviously you need it to shut off the water when it comes time to maintain the ultraviolet light, to change the light and clean the quartz sleeve, but you also need it after the system. That way the whole house doesn't drain down all the way through the system. You got to drain it all down every single time you do the installation. So that way you isolate the whole thing. It's very, very important. So I do have a video up here. If you click this link up here, it'll take you right to a video on how to replace or how to install the pre-filter for this ultraviolet system. So the ultraviolet system itself is, like I say, the important thing is the layout. Once you've laid that out, then you configure it something like this. And then, so you're going to put the quartz sleeve in. Now the quartz sleeve and the UV lamp you can't handle with your bare hands, so you use a cloth or something like that. And you probably see here, there's a spring in the bottom. People always ask me, what's the spring do? And it's a safety device. So once you've got this in and you put the UV lamp inside here, then if for some chance you let it go, if it didn't have the spring, it would hit the bottom, would knock the bottom out of the quartz sleeve. So the other thing you have to keep in mind when you're configuring this whole thing is you need to leave space. So the same length as the stainless steel housing, you have to leave the same amount of space either above or below it, ideally above it, for when it comes time to service, to remove this quartz sleeve, to clean it, and to replace the lamp. All right, so then you feed the quartz sleeve down through, and like I say, you can handle it by the ends. And then just move it around till it pops through the hole in the bottom. And there it is there. And then you grab these O-rings. So one O-ring goes on each end. So you're going to want to end up with the quartz sleeve sticking out about the same distance at the top and at the bottom. So like I say, you'll have to hold the quartz sleeve with one hand as you're fitting the O-ring on each end. All right. So once you've got that in place, and it sticks out about the same distance. Again, I usually put my finger inside and hold the sleeve so it doesn't fall through the bottom. And then I put the knurled nut on the bottom. There it is. And tighten that up. So the knurled nuts are only going to be hand tight. So there's the bottom one, and then we put it on the top. Now for some brands of UV systems, I recommend using plumber's clear silicone grease on the O-rings. I do not recommend that on the Excelight ones. I find that the sleeves protrude so little that they can move around, and with that grease on there they can actually shift out of place and you can end up with a leak, so you don't want to do that. Okay, so once we've got the quartz sleeve in there, then we put the UV lamp in there, and so it just pushes straight into the end. Now it can only be pushed in two ways, so if you find that the holes aren't lining up, just turn it 90 degrees and it'll line up. All right, so we've got this one. So you just turn it 90 degrees, and then you just press it straight down. It doesn't turn or lock, you just press it straight down. Slide the whole thing down like so. Okay, great. So then the next step is going to be disinfection. So you need to disinfect all the plumbing downstream of the ultraviolet light. It's going to disinfect the water as it flows through, but downstream you have to do that. So what you're going to do at this point is I've got a great video up here that shows you the whole disinfection procedure. So then once you've got the disinfectant in here, which is basically chlorine, that you're going to run through the system, then you're going to want to power this whole thing up. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn your pump back on. Once you turn your pump on, you're going to open up the inlet, and I only open it partially so the water can flow through and pressurize this whole system. You're going to check for leaks at this point. Obviously, if there's any leaks, you're going to deal with them at this point. Once you've got that done, then you're going to open this up, and you're going to slowly open this one. Let the water start to run through. Open it up all the way, and then, like I say, carry on with the disinfection process. You're going to get some air sputtering through, and that's very common. I mean, obviously, long before now, you would have had the power turned on before you open up the water, and then you're good to go. And that's it. If you like what you saw today, please share this video with your Facebook friends. Also, if you click up here is a UV disinfection playlist on my YouTube channel. Lots of information about these systems, help you take care of them for your family. And if you'd like some more information about what you saw today, you can go to our website, either eStore.com or thewaterstoremidland.com. And again, I'm Gary the Water Guy. Thanks for watching.